Yeah, no worries, Kyle. We were just catching up, so it's no problem. Should we go
Talking
ahead and
about
get started?
life.
Is everyone ready?
Let's do it.
Ready.
All right.
Yes.
So if you're not already, come and join in Roll20. I made character sheets for everyone. Um, and your character sheets are just a little table that you're gonna put some information into.
That's all
So
we
it
need,
won't.
baby.
That's all you need, and you really just need one number, like you did last time. Um, so I'm gonna start by kind of explaining a little bit of like the setting and the story of this game, and then we'll go into character creation and like create your Gnolls. Because I think it'll help you a little bit if you like know a bit about where we are and what's going on in order to create your character. We'll talk about the rules briefly, which are very simple, and then we'll jump into it. So,
Okay.
is everyone here in Roll20?
See?
No.
Missing Josh and Sam.
No, I see both me and Josh.
I'm here.
I just see myself,
In roll
Eric,
20.
Susan.
In
Roll
roll
20.
Yes,
20.
I
I'm
was
in roll
here.
20.
Really?
Wait, what?
I'll
Oh,
reload
wow.
the page to double
Reload,
check.
reload.
I'll reload as well, because I just see myself, Eric, Susan, and Ryan.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
I saw.
Am I here now?
Weird.
I don't see you.
Weird.
know.
I see Eric, Kyle, Susan, me, Hiniku, and Josh.
Yeah, I'll
What?
reload.
Maybe
Maybe I'll reload.
icons are too big or something. Let me try to make them.
Yeah, maybe you should reload.
No, yeah.
I did reload.
Mike.
I didn't see. Nothing
Weird.
happened. Nothing changed.
Well, let's.
Was there 2 games somehow?
No,
Um,
that's not possible.
Can we all talk in the chat?
Oh, now
real
I
quick?
see Josh here.
Oh, now I see. Josh
Yeah,
has.
Josh is here.
Josh has.
Everybody talk in the
has-
chat. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh well.
Oh, whatever.
Well then.
We're all here, just we can't see each other.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I only saw Susan and Ryan type.
yeah. It looks like everyone.
Weird.
Well, I think they're the only ones who did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all here though, because I see
I
everyone
did
else.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
there we go.
you go.
Huh.
And I see
Strange.
Josh in here too.
Mhm.
Whatever's going on. I think it's fine.
We got it.
Um,
It's fine. It's all
I'm
good.
ready.
Don't ask
All
too many
right.
questions.
I like
Yeah.
this map.
Yeah. So this map is. Yep. I see your test, Josh. So we're all here in one form or the other. Okay. So this is the island city-state of Thair, is what this map is depicting. And don't worry, I know you all like to write on maps, and we'll get there in a second.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot.
I'll type in the chat there. It's the city-state of Thair.
There.
The island has suffered at the whims of its royal family, House Gazpa, which I will also type in the chat.
Okay.
Down with the gazpacho!
Exactly. So House Gazpa is corrupt, selfish, and dangerous. They take advantage of the people of Fair to fuel their grand and lavish lifestyle. Some people in Fair work to uphold this ruling monarchy in the hopes of rising in the ranks. Others just kind of accept their place within the system, believing that it's divine will and they can't do anything about it.
True.
Many people kind of turn to compassion and philanthropy, trying to give back to others. But
we're
not the
those
Gnolls.
people. Yeah, we're Gnolls.
Yeah, the Gnolls are not patient. The Gnolls are not submissive. The Gnolls are not traitorous. The Gnolls are hungry.
True.
And what the Gnolls are hungry for is justice.
Flesh.
Or freedom.
Children.
And
Oh,
flesh.
shit.
And flesh. And children. All of the above. They're just pretty fucking hungry. So, no matter what your individual's Gnolls ideals are, chaos and community are the highest values to Gnolls and the Gnoll community.
Hell yeah.
So when we talk
Love
about
it.
chaos, that's like freedom, exploration, experimentation, curiosity, lack of preconceived notions, openness to learning new things. Community, we talk about like support, aid, equity, valuing people for being people. Um, it says this here: Gnolls are not naive, but unless or until someone proves otherwise, by default, any person a Gnoll meets is a member of their community deserving respect and support. Those that threaten a Gnoll's community, however, are dire enemies indeed.
True.
So in Gnoll society, you have a communal society. There is like the concept of personal property, but the idea of withholding something from someone in need is bizarre and sinful. The worst that an individual could do is hoard, it says. Gnolls are carnivores and will eat effectively anything regardless of quality. So that's Gnolls.
Poop.
Now
Just
the
pudding.
city. Yeah, a bunch of pudding, sure. Uh, the city, the island of Fair lies about 4 hours by boat from the continent. It has beautiful architecture, wonderful food. There's all manner of humans, fae, goblins, animal folk. Everybody lives their lives and tries to survive under the rule of House Gazpa. Uh, Over the past 100 years, however, under the rule of House Gazpa, Fair has become increasingly isolationist, with fewer and fewer folk able to procure passports in and out of the city. So now House Gazpa is the ruling monarchy, the ruling family, has more money than it could ever know what to do with. It's kind of mysterious, like how they came to control the island and where their fortune came from. But currently, whether legitimately or criminally, almost no money-making venture happens in Fair without some portion going to House Gazpa. And to the one, the Gazpas are a pale-skinned, fallow-haired humans. Okay. So that's kind of the context of where we are on this island. So jumping into making your Gnolls. So everybody, if you look in the journal, will have just a character sheet that has their name on it. And if you click on it, it's just a little like table with 4 spots. If you look down on the handouts, there's some that I'll kind of be pulling up as we go. So the first thing, and you might want to save this for last as far as what you decide about your Gnoll, but I'll kind of go through it first because it's the one stat your Gnoll has is the Hungry Gnoll number. So this stat represents kind of your potential for violence, but also your camaraderie and allyship with others. So you're going to choose a number between 1 and 10. And then when you're rolling, if you roll below it, you succeed at a hungry action. If you roll above it, you succeed at a Gnoll action. So hungry actions are going to be anything that are like violence or like literally satiating your hunger. Your Gnoll stat is going to represent like trying to act in the interest of other people and support those around you and protect others without violence. So if you are looking to make a Gnoll who is more hungry, you would want a high number, right? Because you're trying to roll below that number to succeed on a hungry action. If you want a Gnoll that is more caring and less violent and more about helping others, they're going to have a low number, hungry Gnoll number.
So Scooby Doo would have a
I
3.
hunger.
So for reference, where
Now,
would Palouse fall on the Hungry Gnoll spectrum?
Probably a
oh
lower
god,
number, but I'm
A
not
lower
playing
number.
Palouse.
yeah, right.
True, true.
Unless he's raging,
Yeah.
but
Okay,
yeah.
so I just one
So
through
that's
1 through 10.
1 through 10. Yep. So, And you can choose that now and you write it down on your character sheet, or you can kind of hold off and figure out the other parts about your character and then go back and fill out what their hungry gnoll number is. So let's talk about the next big thing, which we'll want to kind of discuss as a group, just to make sure that we don't have overlapping archetypes. But there's 10 archetypes here. There's no more description than what you see there. This is kind of your role in your community. And
I know what I want.
Okay, so we have to talk about it though. We can't have the overlap.
yeah,
right?
so if you know what you want, and you want to just like claim it, you could say so. And then if someone else is like, well, I really want that too, we could discuss.
I would like to be the zealot.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a zealot?
okay.
Okay. Could I be the old guard?
I'm torn between the speaker or the point.
What's the point?
The
He
point's
literally is like a pointer. He just sits there and points at whatever is the next important thing.
will point be the one like who goes forward and like a scout, or what would the point be?
I feel
Like
like,
the
that
point
would
of
be,
contact?
Don't be a nihilist, okay? Just fucking figure it out.
Yeah, that's up to you all.
The point of contact, the point of reference, the point of no return.
I'll be the
or
workhorse.
or maybe you're like a Gnoll superstar. Maybe you're like the Gnoll ethought. You are the point of why we're doing it.
Okay, I'm the leader. I'm the leader. I choose it. I'm the leader.
I'll be the workhorse.
I'm a
I'm feeling good
collector.
about the workhorse.
Collector, because I like to hoard things, you know.
By the way, I'm a 10 and I'm a leader. Just saying. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, great.
I'm a 6 and I'm a zealot. What's your point?
And Kyle, you said you are which one? The workhorse?
The workhorse.
Okay, I'm just typing this in the chat so we can see everyone's roles here. Cool. So once you have your archetype, there are some items you're going to have to choose. I will present both of them now. You got to choose what is your main weapon, which you see here. There, you can just roll for it if you want to like roll on the top, then roll on the side, and just see what you have. Or if you want to choose, you're welcome to. And then there's also gear.
I'll roll too. Why not?
We roll what to what for the weapon?
So you'd roll. It's always going to be a 1d10. So roll a 1d10 to like look at the top and see if it's in column 1 or column 2, and then roll another d10 to
that's
see
good.
which one it is.
I'm just gonna choose the threshing flail because I had to look it up and I'm really big
Spear.
fan of it.
Nice, I love it. That's very Gnoll, right? That's like what.
It's basically really big nunchucks.
Oh wow, that's not what I expected.
It's a quarter, like a short quarter staff, with a thong attaching a smaller, another stick that you swing to knock loose grain and stuff.
So I got the axe. Is the axe a like a two-handed axe or just like a one-handed?
That is totally up to you.
Okay, the
I'm gonna go
spade.
two-handed.
The spade would be like a shovel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled
so.
daggers, but I'm gonna do spade to go with the workhorse thing. I'm just digging it.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Smart.
love it,
Keeping with the theme.
love it. Yeah, you choose whatever you want, and then now you're gonna get 3 pieces of gear. So I just shared. There's 2 different pictures. I think I just shared both of them. 1 through 5 and 6 through 10. That's just the top numbers. So again, you can roll if you want for your 3 different items.
I think for those I am gonna roll because that sounds more fun.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's so many to go through that like evaluating all of them sounds like it would take be a bit arduous.
Yeah, it's up to
So
you.
for
However
this,
you
what
want
do
to
we
do it.
roll?
So again, it would be a D10 for the top.
Or is it 2d10? Because it's like 1 for the first row
Yeah.
and then it's 1 for the second row. Okay.
Yeah, it would be 2D10, and you're like 1 for the top, for which column it's in, and then 1 for which row it's in. And then you'll do that 3 times because you get 3 items. Now, if the item itself says like 1d5 smoke grenades, you can roll to see how many you have of the item.
Should we do we need to worry about overlap here?
I wouldn't worry about it. Unless you want to. That's up to you guys. If you really want to make sure, like, I want to be the one who has this thing or something, you can say it.
Shoutstone. Ooh.
Mm-mm. And you said we get 3 pieces of gear.
You get 3 pieces of gear.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna say like the randomness of my items because that's what I've dug. That's what I've dug up with my spade.
Nice. I love it.
What the heck is an atlatl?
Addle. It's
Addle-addle.
yeah, so an addle is like a lever that you attach to the end of a spear, and when you go to throw the spear, you have it inserted into the addle. You fling
That's
your
so
arm
funny.
forward, and it launches the spear further and faster.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
cool because
like
I
a
have a
spear thrower.
spear.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
So
you can
the
throw it extra far.
so
I
the
got-
things. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You share. You share.
Oh, so the things I've dug up with my spade and decided to keep over the years are a handful of phoenix feathers, a key to a fancy apartment, and a charm of Tarask shell.
Ooh.
I got
You can
I got
just
a
summon a
bent
Tarak.
tarnished crown.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's funny because it's like I'm supposed to be like the leader, so I have a bent tarnished crown.
I like that.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
very nice. Very nice.
What is the flesh stitchling djinn?
Okay, that
What,
makes
Jin?
sense.
Flesh stitching. It's like a genie that stitches your flesh back together.
I don't know.
I got some chalk.
It's the first. It's 1-1. I rolled that.
Yeah,
Flesh
I think that would
stitching
be a.
gin. You have a genie that stitches your flesh, I guess.
Really?
I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what that would be.
Yeah, that's.
I got a shout stone too. I think this is like perfect.
1, 5. 1d5 invisible eggs.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, I'm definitely
What would I do with invisible eggs?
I don't know.
I have an iron helm to hide my face,
Throw 'em at people's
hallucinogenic
faces.
mushrooms, and a hammer and spike to burn the witches.
Let's
my
see.
God.
I have a mithril chest piece, a truth sayer serpent, and a stone of shark summon.
Ooh.
Love it.
Okay, now we just need someone who can make tornadoes, and we can go full Sharknado on this island.
Indeed.
All right. All right. So is that everyone? Does everyone have um their items and everything?
Mhm.
Okay. So one last thing before we jump in. I wanted to ask you a couple I want to kind of flesh out this map a little bit. So this is just a kind of blank map of the island. The 2 questions I have is first off, I want us to discuss where is like where's like the main house of House Gazpa? Where do you see that on here? And then where is the neighborhood that the Gnoll community lives in? And we can label those 2 things. So you can kind of decide, like, if you want to ping us on a spot where you think.
How accepted are we in society?
So Gnolls, that's a good question. I think Gnolls are pretty, are like not usually done, are not in favor of House Gazpa because they don't like put up with their bullshit and they don't like do what they say. So they're probably not very like high ranking. There are not many like high ranking Gnolls. And if they are, they would probably be like, pretty, outcast by Gnoll society because that means that they sacrificed a lot of Gnoll values. But
So
that being said,
probably on the outskirts of society, huh? Probably.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I
that
think
makes
that
sense.
The outskirts or the underclass, whatever you want to call it, however you want to think about it.
I don't think we would have our own island. I know somebody was pinging that.
Like I said, the island being where.
Wait, I know.
So
Isn't this for House Gazpa?
Oh,
okay.
that is that where the
Yeah.
island is? Is that House Gazpa?
Is that what we were supposed to be pinging, or for us?
No, yeah. So we
Whichever
want
one.
to say House Gazpa is over here.
I,
Yeah,
I
At
like
the
that.
island?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. They live away from the dirty common people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
True.
There's probably some of like the lesser cousins who live amongst you all, but
Yeah, yeah,
certainly
yeah.
the
They don't get to
king.
live amongst. They don't get to live at the summer house.
Yeah, like
True.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
governors and mayors who like run the smaller cities live on the mainland, but the actual Gospa like line all lives away from all of them on the island.
There you go. I like
We're gonna
that.
have to rent a boat.
Or steal
We're gonna have to take at least 2 hours to talk about renting a boat.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the whole session. So, where would you say that the Gnolls live in this map? It's not really that important, just so we can kind of get a basis for as we talk about different locations.
Maybe like the
So-
very like northern end where it's like kind of isolated, a little bit away. You know.
Or the woods, maybe.
I
or
just think the woods is
maybe
more of
we
us,
work
You
the
mean like this
fields?
area? This is the woods.
yeah,
are those
or like
ruins in
over
the woods?
here. I mean, these woods right here are close to where you were pinging.
Are we like? Well, this one actually has houses. You know.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm-
that might be sort of like a. I don't know. Yeah, let's take a look.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like
looks like
I
the
don't think like.
ruins over there.
Do you think we're actually in the woods? In the woods?
I don't know.
So some
Yeah, I feel like these
squat-
ruins make more sense. I don't know.
Yeah,
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 yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, squatting in forest ruins feels nice. What do you guys think?
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling comfy about that.
Okay, cool. So that's like the Knoll community is over here. In
And there
the
could be some
ruins.
tension between us and the other villagers because we're right in between like that. Right between here and up here, so people have to pass by us to get farm stuff. They probably don't like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, there's one now I want each of you to choose to add just like one thing to the map. One thing that you
Okay, where's the
um
bathhouse, guys?
that you find important in some way.
Hmm.
And just kind of ping us all when you do so we can see what you're talking about.
An important thing. Wait, I didn't see where we are stationed at. Where are we at?
So the Knolls are over here. I'm going to try to make this more visible. I did.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Where would a
I
graveyard
can't
be?
be at the computer at the moment, but I heard there are woods on the map. My
Uh-huh.
spot in the middle of the woods is just called the grotto.
Okay, so there's like a location in the woods called the Grotto.
Yeah, it's where my guy grows his hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Okay, cool. Maybe we'll put that down in these like thicker woods. Love it.
Where be like a? Will like this area be good for like a forgotten graveyard?
Ooh.
Like just how widespread do we want to like go away from our community
As
area?
far as you want. As far as you want.
Okay.
If you want to tell me, and it doesn't need to be related to your specific character. If you want to just tell me like, well, here's where, the
Hmm.
whatever is. Just to kind of help flesh out the area.
I'll say that this area up here is an abandoned castle that maybe like was the like the main like hub of whoever lived here before the gazpachos came. And this area has been like abandoned since, and this is where my character likes to go and root around
Mm,
for old valuables and trinkets.
beautiful.
This looks like the market. This is a market area.
Ooh, okay, cool.
It can include restaurants. Maybe like an outside strip mall of sorts.
Okay. I say this part right here, they're called the Infernal Refugees. And it's a bunch of tiefling community that are like new to
Ooh.
the area. And they're coming from like a worn torn country. Like they're not supposed to, they're like new.
Beautiful. Nice.
So it's a refugee camp.
It's a refugee camp, yeah.
All right. So let's see. We got a market. We got the infernal refugees. We got our abandoned castle up here. We got the grotto, where we grow hallucinogenic mushrooms next to the Knoll community. We got House Gazpa down on the island.
Can we change abandoned to haunted? Maybe that's why it's abandoned, because it's
Ooh,
ghosts.
yes.
Haunted.
And that's why we don't live there, even though there's a nice, that's why no one lives there.
Yeah,
is 'cause-
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
there
like
probably is
that.
something else about the grotto that makes it special, but that's the thing my character cares about.
Got it.
This looks like farmland. Farms.
Yeah.
Farmies.
So this like temple sort of looking thing right here, when I zoomed in, it's got like gardens and like a fountain or something in there. I've labeled it the House of Perpetual Indulgence. I have no just make of that what you will.
Nice.
They
Okay.
either do drugs or it's like a weird sex thing, or maybe it's both. Maybe it's a lie and like it's a horrible place. I don't know.
Maybe it's just a
Why not
normal
all?
spa.
Yeah.
Nothing horrible about it. It's very normal.
Or it's just the bathhouse.
It's just a bathhouse.
It's just a bathhouse.
Okay.
It's just
a
marketing
bathhouse?
campaign. They're just trying to get more people in.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the Pizza Palace.
Hang on, I'm gonna
Of
make an
bathhouses.
adjustment to. I'm gonna make a suggestion to the farmland section. Instead, call it the yoke, and it is a prison plantation.
Oh.
Ooh, wow. Okay, there it is. The yoke. Beautiful. All right.
How about wait, last thing. This
Yeah.
house right here. This is the Targetsons' house. They actually like the Knoll community. They visit us often. We're good friends.
Which
Their
one's
kids
that?
come over. This house right here, the Targetsons.
Okay.
How many? What's the family?
The
How many are in
Targetsons. So there's the mom and dad, Frank and
They have
Is this a
6
meme?
kids,
Teresa.
3 boys,
Is this a
3
JoJo
boys,
reference?
3
What is
girls.
it's not.
Yeah.
I just made it up. I have
Wait, there's
I have
all
a
this
Target
over here,
gift
guys.
card on my fucking desk. Okay.
Considering how like crowded it is, that looks like it might be like low class housing, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they have a little girl named Penny. An older teen boy named George. The mom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
and some other kids.
Yeah, the targets is well. We could flesh that out more if we meet them.
Yeah. They visit often. We hang
I
out.
visit often. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
We're buddies.
Okay, so let's go ahead then and get started. So we have we've all created our characters, we have all of our things, we kind of fleshed out the island a little bit. So where we are going to start our session today, our adventure, is that today you have all gathered actually down around this area, where let me add a little tag here. This is the fisheries are down over here. This is kind of the port where people come and sell these the seafood that they've caught off of the coast of the island, which is a large portion of the food that the people of there eat. And today is the festival of the fisheries. So this is a yearly festival that happens in order to when kind of some of the local sea life comes through this area and the fishing kind of picks up. This is kind of to mark the beginning of that season. So you all find yourself down along this river here. You'll see these buildings along the river. This river is used to transport fish kind of up to the market, and people will kind of sell bits and bobs along the way. But kind of all along this river that we see, let me see if I can kind of mark it more clearly. All along this river here, there are various items being sold, and a kind of market stalls have cropped up in celebration of the festival. So, you've all come and gathered here. You're preparing to celebrate the festival. You see people around are in a pretty joyous mood. You see that there are, vendors who, as is kind of custom amongst the common folk in Thayer, are giving away. They're selling their food, but when someone comes hungry, they're giving away their food freely to those in need. You see this kind of joyous gathering happening, and you all are here celebrating along with everyone else. So, what are you looking for? What are you doing as your character specifically as you're at this festival?
Trying to sell people magic mushrooms.
I'm
Oh,
Though
looking
they
to,
may
to
be
show off my
illegal.
strength.
Oh, and do we have character names? Did y'all come up with character names? Should we
Oh,
go
yeah.
through those?
I
real
got
I
quick?
was
one.
I was just thinking of it.
Yeah, let's come up with character names real quick. So why don't you introduce yourself, remind us of your archetype, and tell us what you're doing at the festival.
What am I doing? Oh, okay. Right. So my character is Old Redpaw. I am one of the old guard. And he's here at the market. He's here at the festival, actually selling fish that he's caught because his weapon of choice is a trident.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So
He
old red
kind of cheats
paws.
because he'll sometimes use his stone to just summon the shark and just kill it right there.
Nice. So you have some shark that you caught with your trident that you're here selling.
Yes. Yeah,
Which
and
also have
he's called Old Redpaw because if you check his art, like he's missing his left hand that he's replaced with like a blade and tongs that is like his trident. That's what he's stabbing him.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Would you say that you'd have like a lot of barrels of fish you need moved around?
Probably, yeah.
I'll say that I'm Big Mangy, and I'm here helping Old Red Paw haul
Big
the
mage.
barrel. Big Mangy, yeah, yeah. They call me Big Mangy, so they can tell me apart from my brothers: Tall Mangy, Fat Mangy, and Short Mangy. They're all
Mhm.
dead though. Last one.
Nice.
So I'm here hauling buckets of fish for Old Red Paw.
Wonderful. All right, so we
Hi,
got old.
I'm Scrapacious Dew, but most people just call me Scrappy.
I hate you.
I am your local drug dealer. May or may not be illegal. Well, I'll get into an argument with that if you make me.
All right, so you're here selling your magical mushrooms.
Yes.
All right. So Susan and Ryan, what are your characters, and what are they doing at the festival?
You go first.
Okay, I'm Death Fang Night Stalker. And I am looking for feats of strength to perform
Mm.
and violence to commit.
Mm. You're just out here looking. You're looking for a fight.
I'm looking for something, yeah. Fight's a good one, yep. I have a crown on, by the way, and I have an eye patch, and one of my eyes is blind.
Hmm.
It's my left eye can see, but my right eye can't see. Yep.
I was gonna say Big
Okay.
Mangy he doesn't have much hair left. He doesn't have much fur left, I should say, and big, broad-shouldered, tall for an old.
Nice.
For some reason,
Okay.
when I look at him, I think he's a Chihuahua. But again, that could just be the drugs talking.
I am Soup Son. I love to eat and I love to cook and I love to collect things. I'm here at the festival, basically making like a soup kitchen for everybody. Uh, uh, I have a stick of metaspatial chalk, and I'm gonna interpret that as I essentially have like a fucking bag of holding where I put all my shit. I can just draw a
Oh
circle
yeah.
on the ground and pull whatever I need out of it.
Oh, okay. I like that. All
I
right.
was thinking more like you could draw something and it comes to life. But
Like Chalk Zone.
yeah,
Yeah, that too, probably.
Chalk zone.
But yeah, I'm making soup.
All right. So you're making soup for folks.
Yeah.
Big Mangy and Red Paw are off selling shark. Scrappy Doo selling those drugs, and Death Fang Night Stalker is kind of looking for a fight. So once again, the attitude is very joyful at the moment. People are celebrating the kind of communal aspect of the common folk in the island of Fair is on full display, where everyone's kind of taking care of each other and really just basking in each other's presence. Um, Suddenly, you hear a word being whispered. Um, this is a word that you hear whispered whenever there are kind of militia or officers of the law about, as kind of a warning of their approach. What word is that?
Chungus.
bacon.
Chungus.
I like Chungus.
The Chungus is going around, guys. Again.
Oh, Chungus. Chungus are coming.
Chungus
So you start hearing little whispers of like, Chungus, Chungus,
Big
Chungus are
Chungus.
coming, Chungus are coming,
There's a lot of them. It's Big Chungus, yeah.
big Chungus coming, big Chungus. So so the folks who were giving out their food for free, the kind of selling of illegal wares, kind of wraps up. People kind of stand a little straighter. The jovial atmosphere evaporates just a bit, as people then begin to make way, and you see a caravan, of what you recognize as not a Gospa by any means, but someone kind of nobility, um, who's walking down the street, who has
The
uh,
Flospa.
the Flospa. Yep, exactly, the lower house Flospa. Um, they changed their names like a year ago to try to sound more like Gospa, but no one's buying it. And they're walking down the street, kind of flanked by two large orcish guards, and they're walking down the street. This, another fair-skinned human, and this little goblin child who's eating an apple and kind of playing with their older sister, who's trying to like shush them and keep them in line. They like kind of scream out and throw their apple. The apple goes rolling into the street, and the little goblin child comes running after it, right in front of the noble Flosba. Uh, Upon seeing this, kind of everybody hushes, and the noble kind of stops and looks down, sickened at the sight of this goblin child, and with one swift kick, just poof, hunts the little child out of the way, who gives a little cry of help, of pain. Few people immediately kind of rush to the child's aid and begin to make sure that the child's okay.
Hmm.
The noble looks away and just continues to walk on undisturbed, if not
Scrappy
a little
puts on his
disgusted.
helmet, and yells out, "See, I told you they're aliens!"
Hey, Timmy, no, we told you. Your sister was trying to tell you to not do that.
I'll shout at the noble. I didn't fight in wars of subjugation against the goblins so that you could come along and subjugate them.
I run over to the Goblin Child and start trying to cheer him up by showing him my various doodads that I've dug up, like my charm of Trask Shell and all that. Like, you see this, kid? Don't be sad.
Why don't you make me a Gnoll roll? So you're gonna roll. Why don't you roll 2d10s since you're using your trinkets and doodads to help you. So you can roll 2d10s and see if you can cheer up this child.
Okay.
I was also there, so I'm helping him. I don't know if that counts for something. I was with the kid.
No.
Is this Flospa guy in a carriage or like what?
Nope. He's just walking.
Oh, he's just walking. Okay.
What's your big mangy? What's your hungry Gnoll number?
3.
Okay, and so you're rolling Gnolls. That's above. So that means that's 2 successes. Which let me just look at my little thing. So 2 successes, I believe, means 2 dice are an action or success. You accomplish it unequivocally. So the child immediately stops crying. It seems like they're fine. If they might be a little bruised. They might have like a little bruise or something, but there's no like serious damage. And they're like go from bawling their eyes out to kind of softly giggling and just kind of sniffling up their tears as they watch you play with your trinkets.
I spit on the ground. Oh, sorry.
There you go, kid. Where's your family?
The kid kind of just looks at their older sister, who goes, well, Ma and Pa ain't around anymore, so I'm his family.
Oh, well, here you go. Watch out for those flopses, those shunguses. Always nasty this time of day.
I spit on the ground.
If they were effective, they would have killed you.
Can I pick up the apple and throw it at the Flospa?
Absolutely.
No, don't throw the apple. Don't throw it at the aliens. You'll catch their attention.
They're
No,
just a bunch of
throw the
guys'
apple.
pawns. Sorry,
Um,
they're just a bunch of guys' pawns.
If we throw the apple,
Chuck
they
it
might
at
come back and hurt us.
They work for the aliens.
I didn't fight. I didn't lose one of my ears fighting goblins just so people would kick goblins in my street. Only people who kick goblins are me.
He's the wisest of us all. We should listen to him.
I'm gonna chuck that out.
all right.
We did this all the time in the war.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm just gonna say that this works. You throw this apple. You're trying to hit the noble.
Yeah.
They're walking like slowly and with style, so they're like not too far away from you. You throw this noble and you throw this apple and it just hits the noble Flosba right in the back, square between the shoulders, right in the back. They give out like a, and they turn around, and the 2 orc guards turn around and brandish their weapons at you, and they go, "Who threw that?" Says the noble.
Alien!
You're gonna pay, whoever did that. And they orcs kind of start walking forward. Are you just standing there kind of openly in the
Yeah. I say I get up a little taller. I try to like show off my shoulders and like
I shrink
You know.
farther down
I try to
behind him. Like,
I get in front of our group too.
I try to diffuse the situation.
It fell from the tree. Clearly.
And
No
I
one threw
also
it.
I smile and I show off my teeth.
mm-hmm.
I'm holding my head in my claws, like, oh no.
And Big Mangy, you see that like because having seen your action in supporting this child, it seems that the people around you are like not backing down. Like they know that you're there for them, and they're kind of backing you up. So the various like creatures and animal folk around you are standing are standing up with you all as you stand up. And Soup-san, can you repeat what did you say to try to diffuse that situation?
I set that up. It fell from the tree. Clearly, no one threw it.
There's no trees around.
Um, as the noble walks up to you, Death Fang, as you stand like
In
up
front of
front and
everybody.
center.
Yep. Hmm.
Walks up to you slowly. The two orcs at its side,
Right
and
as
the
the
noble.
noble walks up, behind him, Scrappy goes, "Next time use fire. They're afraid of fire."
I say to them, problem?
And the noble says, "Ugh. Yes, we have a problem. Nobody treats me this way. I will maybe overlook it if you get down on your knee and kiss my ring." And he kind of holds out his hand expectantly.
I would rather eat the finger of your ring.
Finger food. Finger food. I like finger food.
I thought asses liked apples. My mistake.
Oh, Deathfinger gonna get us all killed. Oh.
If you had sense, you would keep walking.
Why don't you make me a hungry roll just to try to intimidate this noble into backing down?
No boy.
Okay.
So
What is that again? How does that work?
you definitely have allies helping you. So you're gonna roll. Let's just say 2d10. You're gonna roll 2d10, and what's your hungry null number?
10.
10. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna succeed.
Maximum violence.
Is that right?
So yeah. So you're trying to roll under 10. Both of them do. So that's 2 successes.
Okay.
So unequivocally, you succeed against this noble who goes. It kind of like slowly retracts their hand.
I'm
And,
not playing. Sorry.
and he says, "Well, I suppose we can let this transgression slide just the once. I will be going. Better next time you show your respect. Yes." And like is very quickly walking backwards and walking away and ushering the 2 orc guards with him.
It's just the 3 of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we could have took them. Yeah, we could have took them.
Especially with a knoll as violent as you.
I'm telling you, you use fire next time. They're afraid of fire.
Oh, we were lucky. Oh, that could have gone bad. Deathfinger, what are you thinking?
Look, they need some pushback, they do. Look how they act at this townfolk. They didn't even kill the goblin. So inefficient.
Why would they kill him?
Back in my day, we always killed the people we had a problem with. Made sense.
I don't want them to kill anybody.
So
Kids these days. Ugh.
the townspeople are kind of showering you with thanks and praise. It's rare to see someone stand up to the nobility, unless it's Gnolls, of course. And so you're kind of being. People are handing you little trinkets and gifts, small things like mostly little food or little artistic knickknacks. Um,
Oh, I'm taking them.
Well,
I'm
like-
taking all the things. They're mine.
I'm eating all the things.
Yep, same. I'm also eating the things.
I'm
to-
licking everything given to me, but not eating it.
As a knoll, you can digest pretty much anything, so you're happily eating any of these
We're
items
the
that are given to you.
goats of sentient creatures.
Exactly. So you continue now to enjoy your time. The second the noble leaves the vicinity, the jovial attitude resumes, and again now with kind of a focus on the immediate people around you are kind of focusing on you all, and giving you kind of an extra level of respect. So, as the party continues, as the festival continues, people begin to gather. There's supposed to be a speech by the king to address, to kind of celebrate this festival. So people start to gather around where the king will be giving their speech down near the shoreline. Um, so, would you like to go and listen to the king's speech, or would you like to do something else?
Oh, I don't think there's anything else we should do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What else
I
is
mean,
there?
do we need to sell more fish or?
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
Doesn't like we have any
No,
customers.
Yeah,
everyone's going to the speech. We can sell fish down there.
And the vegetables make good snacks too.
Mangy, get the cart.
Ooh,
Oh, okay, Red
I
Paw.
think I could help some people make this speech more entertaining.
Mm.
I
I
pick
start-
up the apple that was thrown and I munch on it.
I'm carrying like a barrel in each arm, just kind of like leaning over to like just gonna like grab some of the fish from the top of my mouth, just chewing on them as we walk down that way.
Um, Scrappy, if you have a plan, of something to do, Gnolls rarely act alone. They act in groups. So if you have something you would like to do before the speech, you're welcome to share your plan.
Hey guys, you want some mushrooms?
Yes.
Maybe if shit gets crazy, yes.
He hands you a baggie. But
Ooh.
just so you know, this is out of character. When he says magic mushrooms, he doesn't mean like just hallucinogenic. They also actually have a hint of magic in them. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you have this bag of magical mushrooms.
That's what I
You
grow at the grotto.
you bring your cart down to the fishery, down to like the central area of the fishery. As you get there, there's a little stage where some of the trading happens, and you see on the stage are lined up some of the other houses, some of the other noble houses, including the noble Flaspa, who you had pegged with the apple on the back. And just as you're approaching, the high priest steps up to the pedestal and begins the ceremony with a prayer to the goddess of the sea. As this priest is conducting this prayer, you'll notice that it's like most prayers by the high priest. It's not really about the goddess of the sea. It's really thanking um, House Gazpa for currying divine favor, and so it's like thanking the high priest, the goddess of the sea, for uh, acting in favor of Gazpa, for continuing to shine its light upon Gazpa. It's all about House Gazpa and the fortune they bless the city with.
I spit on the ground when they talk about Guspa.
Yeah,
I nudge Kyle on the arm and go, "See, Biggie, they're aliens. I tell you."
Oh, they might be aliens. You're right. Talking about weird gods and stuff.
Prawns, Gaz prawn skewers, grilled fresh. Come and get them.
In the middle of a speech, your prayer.
why don't you roll me a Knoll check real quick for that call out of
Okay.
selling your
My
goods?
my hungry Knoll number is 7, so
Okay, so you're trying to go higher than 7.
Nope.
Oh,
got a
you
critical
hit-
You hit it.
success.
You got a critical success. So what that
Nice.
means is
only thing more skewered than me.
um, you immediately succeed. So you accomplish your action. So you definitely, like, a couple people come over, and they were kind of bored by the speech, it seems, and one of them had also spit on the ground following Death Fang. they come up and get some stuff for you. Now, if you would like to ask me one question, you can, and I have to answer honestly, and you can act on that information in future actions.
Oh, interesting.
That's what a critical
Um,
success does.
Um,
If
like,
you can, if you'd like to wait till the end of the speech, maybe, and then you could ask your
yeah,
question.
I'll hold. Yeah, I'll hold. I'll bank it for
'Cause
now.
I feel like you don't really have much information yet.
Are they
Yeah.
Are they really aliens? That's what I want to know.
It could be.
So, the high priest finishes their speech, invites the king, kind of greets the king onto the stage. King Quillian Gazpa. King Quillian, comes on with a bunch of fanfare, and officially announces the beginning of the fishing season. And he says, "This year, we will, in order to ensure the highest quality of seafood here on Fair, we have implemented a new regulation on all fishing vessels. Any fishing vessel that is to henceforth make port here at the Farian fisheries must first have the seal of the king. And at this, there's some kind of murmurs of distress that go through the crowd.
Why are you waving your tentacles?
Is there any groups that are like happy about it that we can see?
Yeah, definitely. As you look around, well, first of all the nobles that are standing up front are smiling.
How many groups of nobles are there? What are do you know can you name off the family names?
I can tell you about them as you want to hear about them.
Okay.
If you want me to
There's the
come up with,
Waspa, the Flospa, the Bospa, the
Yeah.
Let's
Cospa.
not do that. That's insufferable and impossible to keep track of.
they've all come up with names. We'll say that there are 8 noble houses.
Okay.
And they are all they all kind of have their hands maybe in one or more ventures. The fishery is pretty important to
Yeah.
any of these nobles, as far as it has to do with all trade coming in and off the port,
Sure.
and off the island. So and fishing is like a main source of resources of food. So
Sure.
Do we have a ship, or did we just fish all of our goods that we're trying to sell from the river?
Yeah, we are
That
next to the
goes-
river. Yeah.
yeah, I would say that you guys can have a ship.
Oh shit, let's
So you
go.
have a ship.
Oh,
I mean, I
yeah.
think
It's a small little ship. It's a small little one.
yeah, because and
It's a
I
fishing
know
ship.
yeah, and I know old Red Paw goes out and fishes. So I would say that maybe it's old Red Paw's ship.
Yeah.
I
And,
turned to old Red Paul like, oh, old Red Paul, how are we gonna get a king seal? Do we have one?
I don't need no king seal. I didn't fight in a war and lose my left knee just so I had to go buy some king seal to go fishing.
I adjust my crown and my bent crown, and I say,
We don't need no king seal. I have all the seal we need.
I mean, I might
but
have
different.
one in my stash here, like that I could just grab with you, just like and pretend that we have it the seal, because it was like an
thinking.
old one they threw out.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Soup Jan.
Besides, if we had the king seal, we'd have to feed it a bunch of fish. That's all. That defeats the whole purpose.
No, it's like
Blasted things.
it's like a documentation thing. It's not an actual animal.
Listen, I didn't fight in no war and lose my left eye, so I had to sign a bunch of papers.
It's okay, Grandpa. It's okay.
I don't think seals have thumbs to sign things with, though.
That's
They
a good
definitely
point.
Don't worry. If we find the seal, we eat it.
Listen, me and the tipsy maiden have done just fine so far.
That wouldn't be very
We
nice.
immediately cut to Red Paw's quote unquote ship, which is literally like an overly large canoe that is like kind of like already taking on water.
Nice.
So
So
old timer.
It only has one oar because I only have one fucking hand. It does not go very far.
You only have one hand.
Well, yeah. I'm missing my left hand and the bone there is like the basis of a blade and like tongs that I have. That's why I
Let's
have
fucking
Mangy
go.
carrying all my shit.
That's awesome.
So as the king finishes his speech, he announces the head of fisheries, Killian Zebar, will be in charge of giving out the seals to approved ships. That there will be a kind of application process. That the noble houses have been given their seals of approval. And that, if any common folk want a seal of approval, they'll go through the head of fisheries, Killian Zebar. Um, and with that, like, it ends, and you can tell there are some people who are happy, there are some people clapping. There's a lot of people who are just trying to like keep their heads down and like aren't necessarily immediately thinking about how this is going to affect their economy. I would say that's like the majority of people. There are some people who seem happy, and you can identify them as the ones who like work directly for the houses, the noble
Yeah.
houses.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some people who seem like visibly distressed, and you hear some cries of unrest, but they're usually quelled by either the stern look or maybe the swift billy club of one of the town guard.
Is there? What about the tiefling refugees? What do they look like?
Good question. They seem like a little confused. There is a group of them standing together, and as they
They're like,
have
¿Por
been,
qué?
yes, they do speak Spanish. Yes.
I love it.
They go, ¿Qué es esto? No entiendo. They no, but they seem not particular. They are of the group that for now is primarily like keeping their heads down and they're not causing distress, as they are probably the quite easily become the target of any of like the town guards malice.
These damn
So,
monarchies.
If we can't get a seal to
As they adjust my
buy
crown.
fish to sell fish with, then how are we gonna have any money to buy food?
They're gonna starve us. That's their plan, to starve us.
Oh, I don't want to starve.
Exactly what
Maybe
Now
more
happened.
listen up,
mushrooms.
I didn't fight in no war of liberation of farmland just so we could go and starve.
That's what
I
I've
seen what
Old-timer.
starvation does to a knoll. It ain't pretty.
Old timer, you said you fought everything, right?
You name a war in an island, I'll tell you what I lost fighting in it on it.
Well, how do you kill an alien? I know fire, but what else?
Well, usually you just keep them from crossing onto your island, sinking their little rat. Oh, you mean like space ones?
Yes. Tentacles, giant eyeballs,
I fought
Teeth.
things with giant eyeballs and tentacles before.
teeth on the tentacles. It's weird.
They got even worse
I
than us.
lost
All
them.
they can is
I done
brains.
lost 2 toes to big old tentacle suckers.
Isn't that just
Oh,
a
and they have
beholder?
antlers.
I
Like
lost them.
antlers?
I had my spleen punctured by antlers once, twice by the same deer in the same day.
Did you kill his
What color was it?
mother?
No, I was out hunting deer, and I found a deer, and it done attacked me and punctured my spleen. So I went back to the boys. I was like, boys, there was a deer, right? And it done punctured my spleen. They're like, oh, Red Paw, you talking nonsense? And I was like, nah, come on, I'll show it to you. And we got back out there, and it punctured my spleen again.
He goes. I start looking for the hole.
Aren't deer the female versions without horns?
No, those are the doe. Deer are both the female and the male.
Got it. Okay.
So the king's speech has concluded, and the lesser nobles are now kind of giving a small. They're like giving their little speeches afterwards, but the king has already left. It seems the king like got once he finished his speech, he got back in his little train or whatever you call it, the little carriage that like people pick up and carry him off in, and is proceeding uh, towards his boat and presumably back to the headquarters of House Gazpa out on that little island. Uh, the there's the merriment in general has resumed, though there are people who are like talking all about what the heck are we gonna do? How are we gonna how this is gonna ruin our business? People are particularly people who are not like allied with any of the houses seem particularly distressed.
Any of them feel like are we hearing whisperings of like we're gonna starve kind of thing? Like, do we hear some of that, or
I mean,
it's mostly just business?
yeah, you do hear that because you hear that like many you would know that many people are hungry. There's a lot of poverty because of the way that the House Gazpa rules this land,
Right.
and food is not like given out freely. So by stopping lower classes from being able to get their own food, and like you saw, people will kind of like distribute to those in need amongst themselves. But this is going to make it harder for people to get access to food, right? It's like if you catch all these fish, maybe your business is gonna suffer, but you can like be giving it out to people. That option is no longer going to be available if you need to have a seal of the king to even come into the port.
I've been thinking, and I know Tallman used to tell me not to think too hard because it's bad for my little head. But that was before the elves got him between the eyes. Well, because he was too tall to dung under. But that's a whole different story. What if we
Damn elves.
found? What if we find where they're keeping, or they're keeping the seals, and we just
And
take
burn it
all
down.
the seals and give the seals to whoever needs seals?
Or
That's
we
a
could
good
just
one.
burn them all. Burn them
But-
all at once, and then no one will ever need them.
Or we could try to find. We could steal from their food reserves and give it to the poor. And kill them. Violently.
we could kill them, but I do like the idea of just finding the food and giving it to everybody.
What do you think?
I turn to what Josh? What is your character? What's his name?
Red Paw.
Redpaw. I turn to Redpaw.
What do you think? You're the wisest of us all.
Why not both?
That's a good idea.
Fire?
Well, I say we find where they keep all the seals and burn that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they have no seals to give, no one gets fish.
There you
I like
go.
that.
No, or everyone gets fish because they can't give a seal out.
That's
And no
a good
one.
one too. Let's burn the seals.
Yeah, fuck
And not the
seals.
sea creatures seals.
I lost a finger to it. Oh, never mind.
Also not the singer. I like the singer.
I was about to
let's-
say I lost a finger to the seal folk back when we subjugated the shit out of them. I mean, liberated the shit out of them.
What did you do to Anger Seal, the singer?
Not the singer. Never
The
mind.
dancer.
Oh yes, he's also a dancer too.
Kiss from a Rose is a bop.
Kids these days and their modern music.
Okay, so the plan is we burn the seals. What's a seal again?
I don't know. We just find the building
It's
that
a
they're all
singer
in. We
and a
burn that
dancer.
down.
Why do we need to burn the seal again?
Because it's evil, that's why.
Because if
No,
one,
something.
Seal is not evil. He's a singer and a dancer.
Look,
if they burn the seals,
All they
then
do
no
is
one can
bark
sell
all
fish.
the time. Arr, 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 fucking things.
that's why you club them.
And they hog all the balls to themselves.
Of
I
course
want
he
to play
does
with a
play
ball for
clubs.
once.
So
Seal
during
does
the
play at clubs.
during
Can
the
I cash in my question?
Oh yes, absolutely.
When's Seal's next concert?
Where would the Ministry of Fisheries be like keeping all that paperwork?
Yeah, so you towards the end of the king's speech, he announced that the head of fisheries um would be in charge of giving out these seals, and you would know that they have kind of an office right at the mouth of the river. Well, we're gonna say it's like this building here. I'll put a little label on it. It's this little like round building.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Looks like the one.
Yeah.
All right, so
Sounds good.
that is where the head of fisheries kind of operates out of.
All right, tonight we burn that fucker to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not messing with Seal, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, it
Um,
might taste like seal. I don't know.
Unless he works at the head of fisheries. That
Oh
we can't
my
account-
God! Seal is in charge of the seals.
Also, Josh, in response to your question, something you would know too from that speech was that some of the nobles have already been given some of these seals, so they will have some of like their ships will have some of that paperwork. Inside of the head of the fisheries, like headquarters, you could probably find a list of all those ships that already have seals as well.
Okay, sounds like we're burning a couple of things.
Sounds like we need to go find some ships too. We got to be some pirates.
That's
Let's
what
go.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Good thing
All
ships
right.
burn well.
Okay, we prepare. We prepare at home. We get the supplies we need. And then we go out at night. And we go to the building. And we light it on fire.
After we get a little intelligence first.
Right.
I say that and then I tap my head with my forehand and like accidentally poke myself.
Careful there. Let's do
All right.
this.
Old timer. That's why you need a helmet. And he taps his head because he's still wearing an iron helmet and goes, "It keeps the aliens from knowing what you're thinking."
No, I don't need no helmet. Half my skull's metal. He like clangs on one side of his head. Lost that part of my skull back in the war.
So let's
I
let's
don't
kind
remember who it was against.
let's think about what are like what scenes we have coming up. So you talked about gathering intelligence. You talked about going back to the forest to prepare. You talked about coming back to out here to the head of fisheries to burn it down.
At night.
At night. So what do we want to do? I mean, I guess we should go back to the forest. But Red Paw had mentioned gathering some intelligence. Would that be before
Oh, what I
you
mean is
guys
like
burn it
raiding the place before we burn it down.
Got
That's
it.
all I
Got
mean.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's flash to this evening, as you're back at the Gnoll community, back in the ruins that your Gnoll community has set up in. This is like a safe space where the town guard dare not tread, and you kind of have free reign here to discuss and plan and do whatever it is you need to prepare. And as you've set as you've kind of set precedents during this day, word has gotten around to the other gnolls that you were doing good deeds out at the festival, and so you and gnolls will often help each other out. They're very communal people, but it seems particularly like your community is eager to support you. So what would you like to do before you head out, in way of preparation?
I'd like to go visit my little a little shrine I have of the skulls of all my dead brothers, and say little Knoll prayers to each of them. A prayer for tall mangy, a prayer for fat mangy, a prayer for short mangy, a prayer for smart mangy, a prayer for greedy mangy. He wasn't a big popular one. A prayer for selfless mangy. Everyone liked him. A prayer for pretty mangy. He lived a life of contradiction. A prayer for wet mangy. He loved to swim. A prayer for it keeps going.
The
Okay.
secret is that everyone knows Selfless Mangy was only in it for the praise.
Don't you
As
dare
we
say that about selfless mangy.
as we go forward with this, I want you to remember, Kyle, at any point, if you would like to think about how your action is being done in the memory of one of your fallen family members, uh, I'll let you roll an extra die on that
Okay.
one. So just keep that
Nice.
in mind. If you can ever reference one of those family members and why you are doing your action in their name, I'll give you an extra die for it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to my wife and my kids, of which I have
Mhm.
12.
Oh God, kids are
Yeah, I was about
wives.
Kids
to say,
are wives.
kids are
Kids are
wives.
Oh,
wives.
sorry,
Which
kids,
one?
kids, one wife, 12
Oh
kids.
my god, amazing.
Well, I mean maybe, but
I
no,
mean,
no,
you
no.
are the
No,
leader
really, it's
of the Knoll
11
You are the
family.
wives and
That's
one
true.
child.
Maybe.
Let's keep it ambiguous.
It's 11 wives and one child. Come on, get with it. 11 wives, one child.
I tell them.
I'm preparing for war.
Her name is Shadow
Oh
Peletrius.
God.
Okay. Uh, Shadow Peletrius says, "Hmm,
That's
a
all she
normal
ever says.
a,
Yep.
a normal
She
Tuesday
just makes
for
a
you
grunt
then."
noise and that's it.
A normal Tuesday for you, honey.
It wasn't arranged marriage.
I'm sorry to ruin it.
No, no,
Okay, I grab my things and I leave.
no. All right, amazing.
I'm just going through my stash, making sure I have, like flint and tinder for all these crazy shit these idiots want to do, and
Mhm,
help it if I can go
perfect.
through perfectly.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna go spread some shit around the grotto, make sure that, the mushrooms are taken care of, and collect some for tonight's shenaniganery.
Okay, nice. So you have plenty of mushrooms with you as you go.
Always.
Nice. And Red Pod, do you want to do anything to prepare?
Um.
Sharpen his
hmm.
bone.
Yeah, I think I'm grabbing like all the like various like interchangeable implements I can attach to my bone stump. So I've got like the meat cleaver, I've got the bayonet, I've got really it's just variations of meat cleaver and bayonet. There he has like a buzz saw, but it's literally just like a pizza cutter, but with like actual like little saw teeth. So really, all he can do is sort of rake you with it, and again, it's not going to do much more than an actual pizza cutter would. But he does have it. Stuff like that. Yeah, he's just sort of wrapping it up in like one of those little leather roll-up cases that he's got with him.
Can I make a slight improvement on your pizza cutter?
Sure.
It's a chainsaw in the sense that it has like that old school whisk, style. Like you have to use your other hand to spin the little dial to make the thing spin.
It's a crank-based
Oh,
saw.
okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
it's like an old
crank-based,
school egg beater.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a crank-based chainsaw.
yeah. There we go. Really, like he uses all these like to like double his cooking implements anyway. So there you go. Yeah.
Grandpa, you accidentally left one of your hands in my stash somehow. I don't know how it got there. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Grandpa, why
Must
did I
have.
find your hand in a weird place again?
Listen, don't phrase it like that, okay? You don't see me going around and talking weird stuff about like I don't know, Deathstalker and his 11 child brides or whatever, child wives.
Weird Mangy, no one will ever forget all the strange hands you left everywhere. Got rid.
Okay, can anyone tell me which one of the 11 wives had his singular child?
Wait, is that what it is? I don't know. I always keep saying child wives. Child as in child/wives. I'm not exactly sure how many he's got.
I think it's just
Riz
one.
Mangy, always the most popular. You'll be so missed.
I hated Riz Meiji.
I didn't like Selfless Mangy, but I got to know him, and I don't think he was a good guy.
How dare you!
I'll never forget what the last thing Selfish Mangy ever said to me. We were in the war together, and he just looked at me, and he said words I'll never forget.
What were they again?
I don't know. I forgot them. Anyway.
So you guys get on your way, having prepared. Now you're going in the dead of night. There are still kind of some patrols that wander around that part of town, kind of this more heavily populated part of town. And you know that the fisheries, the head of fisheries building is usually guarded at night. So you're going to head down there. Do you have a plan of like how to avoid detection from the patrols? Do
Ooh,
you have
I
a
got
plan
an
of how you're
idea.
going to get in there? Also, if you look on the map where this head of fisheries is, you will. Let me bring us there. Yeah,
I got
you
an
will
idea.
see it's like right up against this little river. So there's the entrance is on the side facing away from the river, and then it kind of sits right up against that river. And go ahead, Scrappy.
Skyrim logic. Put buckets over their heads. They won't know we did anything.
I do have one invisible egg. Maybe we could throw it at him.
But what? Does it smell bad or something?
I don't
Like
know.
if
It's
you get hit
invisible.
with okay. So here's my question. Is it just the shell that's invisible, or is the yolk invisible too?
The whole thing's invisible.
So like they'll just feel like they got hit with something, and then in a
Yeah,
couple
it feels
days
like
their
an egg, you know?
uniform will smell.
It feels like an egg, you know, and it's like something goopy on you, and it's probably pretty gross.
But
They're
like,
probably gonna,
if you
they'll
don't
probably think an
see
alien like dropped something on
an
them.
alien shit on them. I like it.
Y'all overthinking it. Come on, we all just getting to tipsy here. We cut to like Red Paw trying to clamber into a canoe that cannot hold 3 people, much less all of us. But he's convinced that this will work.
Okay,
Come on,
Red
she's
Paw.
fine. Most seaworthy thing in the world. Springs a
Grandpa.
leak immediately.
I
Ignore that.
hop in with him.
Is this gum? And he peels it off. Another leak springs up.
Hey, leave my gum alone.
Oh no, we're sinking. I don't want to go like Wet Mangy did.
Thought wet mange died in the desert. It was dry mange that died in the boat.
Oh right, Dry Main's drowned. I forgot.
You're getting just to be like your sister, Forgetful Mangy.
Who is that?
No,
Who's
she
that
just
again?
got
Oh
She got
So-
lost. We never found her.
no! One day we'll
So
find
you,
Forgetful Mangy.
You could try to get in the boat. It seems like it might be a struggle to keep it afloat all the way into
Okay,
the port.
everyone,
You can
remember our
certainly try.
cheerleading practice. Pyramid power!
I think I'll just walk along the river. I don't really want to go in the boat.
Okay, here's what we do. We just walk there, okay? If anyone
wanna
tries to
find
stop
more
us, we
gum.
tell them we're on our way to the targets.
But I want
Ooh,
to
that's
find
a
more
good idea.
gum.
In the opposite direction?
They'll just think we're dumb. They don't
Well,
know
the
how
target-
smart we are.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, we get there like halfway.
Makes sense.
Okay, so now my question is, do we light the torches now or when we get there?
When we get there, not now, not now. That'll give away our position.
Do we have dark vision?
We're Gnolls. I don't think so.
Dang, I
Yeah,
can't
no,
remember.
we're dark
Yeah, they
vision.
do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then yes, you can see pretty well in the dark. Yeah. So you guys take off under the cover of night and move to the start moving over past the Targetson's house over to where the fisheries are. So right as you're about moving, you pass the Targetsons.
On the way,
They-
we have to stop and say hi. And return the baking dish that Miss Targetson brought us, for
Yep.
the potluck.
Yeah, you
I
return
washed
the
it.
baking dish. She is very grateful. She doesn't let any of you leave without a cookie that she just baked.
My favorite.
So you
I take 2 cookies.
and you do
It's
so.
okay. He can have mine.
Nice. So you you do that. You get your cookies from the Targetson's house.
Yeah, Do here had a brownie before we left.
Yes, it was full of mushrooms.
Now, as you
I give her a Tupperware of the leftover soup from the festival.
oh
Have you
yeah.
ever had a
Oh,
mushroom
thank
brownie?
you, thank you. She's very grateful about the soup. She politely declines the brownies, the mushroom brownie.
They're really magical.
Don't take.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
They'll let you see the gospel for what they really are.
So you carry on past the Targetson's house through the market. Now, let me ask you: are you going to head? Which way are you approaching? Are you going to kind of go on the opposite side of the river, or you want to go on the side of the river that the fishery is on? The river is like, maybe it's deep enough that you'd have to swim to get across it, but it's not wide enough that you wouldn't be able to swim it.
Would we know which path has more guards?
It's probably about equal, though you know that the side of the fishery, the entrance to the fishery is facing away from the river, and that's where the guards will be at the fishery. They'll be near its entrance, which is facing away from the river.
So
Okay.
I think we should go on the river side of it then we can avoid the main entrance.
If we
Okay,
walk
yeah,
up
we
right
have
in
to
front
pass
of
by
them,
the
they'll never see it
House of
coming.
Perpetual Indulgence.
All right, so you go past the House of Perpetual Indulgence, which is continuing to be in indulgence when you go past it. People are indulging themselves
Mhm.
as
Perpetually.
perpetually.
Living up that name, earning that rep.
And so you hear some quiet noises of satisfaction as you walk past, and
I feel so
You could-
indulged.
I've always wondered what they do in there. Did they
They're
put lemons
indulging.
in? Okay.
They must be making pastries and eating them.
Ooh. I like pastries.
so you continue on into town, where you slink past the patrols who are walking through, and you find yourselves now on the opposite side of the river from the head of fisheries headquarters.
Should we just like swim across? Should we make a little raft or?
Sucker, we don't need any of that. I pull up my stone of shark summoning.
Of course.
Amazing.
Okay. I
So you
would
pu-
like to put out there, just because you can summon sharks does not mean necessarily you can control them.
I didn't say this is a good idea at all. Anyway, I activate the stone.
You activate the stone. All of you see as this stone emits a dull blue glow and a like almost imperceptibly like high frequency sound, and suddenly the water in the river in front of you begins to bulge and then break as a shark emerges from the river water.
Okay.
Can the
Now,
shark even fit in the river?
you may not want to hear this from me, but I have an idea that I think can only make everything better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I'm going to feed the shark mushrooms.
We just need to get across the river.
I don't see
I
a
am
single
already
thing wrong with this
feeding the
plan.
shark mushrooms.
I'm just gonna swim across.
Well, don't do that. The water's shark infested now.
God damn it, Grandpa.
So
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Scrappy steps up to feed the shark mushrooms.
Oh no, I was. Like, as soon as I said that was my idea, he was already in the process of pulling out a baggie and dumping it in the shark's mouth.
Hmm. So he's going. It doesn't. Yeah. So you step up to the shark and you. It seems like it. I mean, it's. Um, I guess make me a knoll check to try to. Uh,
Someone roll for me. I
get the.
am not currently at my computer. I'm holding a dog on a leash.
All right, I'll roll for you.
Thank you.
So you're trying to. And what's your hungry knoll number? Do you remember?
6. I made my number 6.
6. You want a 6 or higher as you're trying to coax the shark into opening its mouth, and you got a 6
Oh.
on the dot. So you
Awesome.
Wow.
so you kind of get the shark to come and it opens its
Hey,
mouth.
no biting, no biting. Here you go. Have some mushroom.
And don't take too long with this. This thing won't last very long.
It eats the mushrooms and its eyes become extremely dilated, and it seems very calm as it's just kind of looking around with its shark eyes.
Well,
Okay.
doesn't this also mean that Scrappy can ask a question too?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
you're right. Because you got a critical
I can
success.
ask the shark a question.
You can ask a question of me, the GM, like about the situation at hand.
Can I sick the shark on the guards?
Not unless it can
Um,
fly.
I think it. I
I'm
think
jumping in.
the shark can't get into the water, but I mean can't get out of the water. But you would assume that if you could like get the guards into the water, the shark would attack them. Yes.
I'm jumping in the water.
Okay, so new plan.
All right, hold
Give
on.
me a ride, Sharky buddy.
So you jump in the water, Death Fang. Um,
I grab
And-
one of the sharks and I punch it right in the face.
No, there's only the one shark, and it's very high.
you grab the stone shark and you punch it in the face. Make me a hungry check.
Why the thing? Why?
What is your goal with punching this?
I'm gonna
shark in
tame
the
it
face? Ah, you're trying to
through
tame it.
violence.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were trying to eat it.
Is that good?
All right. Yes, that's success. I don't know why I even ask you to roll for hungry checks because everything is a success.
Well, I can get a critical success just in case. You know.
That's true. That's true. So you punch it on the nose. It like thrashes up a bit when you jump in the water, but then you punch it on the nose and it calms back down and seems to be at your whim.
Okay, I nudge it to go and swim into a certain direction. I'm just gonna hold on to it.
All right, you're kind of piloting the
Guys?
shark as you
Across
as you
the
ride
river.
it across the river.
As everyone starts to swim and/or ride the shark,
Come
I
on!
kind of just stand there and go, guys, I think this may be a bad time to tell you, but I don't know how to swim.
Oh no.
That's why you ride the shark.
Grab
But
my
he's
shovel!
doing that.
I reach out towards Scrappy with my shovel. Grab on!
Okay, grab a hold of the shovel.
Wait.
I'm assuming I'm on the shark still, and we're We're still kind of close to the shore.
Yeah, between those who can swim and those who grab onto the shark, you all without
Somebody
issue
could
get
grab onto me, by the
across.
way.
Yeah, you're either grabbing onto the shark or grabbing onto Death Fang, and you all get pulled across the river to the other side where the head of fisheries is.
Don't worry about the shark. It'll be fine in the river. And by fine, I mean it will actually. It's probably gonna die in the next few minutes because it's saltwater fish.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
but it's fine.
The mushrooms are magic. They solve problems in a weird way, sir. This shark made me become like the Nessie of this fucking river now.
All
Could
right,
be.
so we're on the other side now.
killed the
Next
fly.
thing we gotta do, we gotta break in there, find out where all the other, find out where all the current seals are, so we know where they are. Then we burn the fucker down.
Wait,
How
we're
do
now
we
going
get in?
after currency seals? Okay, that's just character making joke. Yes.
We're making our way.
We
I
wanna-
pass out some flint so everybody has one.
Oh, Scrappy pulls out 3 different kinds of things to light fires with.
I do not give Scrappy one.
So we
So you-
want to avoid the front entrance, but we want to get in. Should we try and dig in?
Is there any windows we could climb to?
With your fucking shovel.
Yes. I lift up my shovel.
So as you approach, there are some windows around the sides, and you do have a shovel. And it seems that there are 2 guards stationed at the front entrance, from what you can see.
Well, fortunately, I brought my grappling hook. I proceed to reach into my kit and pull out a grappling hook, as in the literal hook, and attach it to my bone stump. Hold up
Nice.
my hand as if it would fire. Then I slowly realize, oh, might have miscalculated here. And I put it back.
Maybe one of us could distract the guards while the rest of us climb into a window?
I remember.
I pull out
Thick
some
mangy.
hammer and nails and go. I can make a distraction. I also pull out some anti-Gaspa propaganda that says they're aliens, and I just start nailing it to the wall.
If there's 2 guards, then Scrappy, you and I could distract the 2 of them while the rest of the gang gets inside. I'm pretty good at making a distraction. I remember from my brother Thick Mangy how the clap of his ass would attract guards. I can emulate the same sound.
Kept giving
Oh.
away our position in the war.
Listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I do feel like this message needs to get out there, as he literally is holding up a piece of propaganda to the wall, and he's got a hammer and nail in hand, like he's gonna nail it to their walls.
All right, so Big Mangy and Scrappy are going to try to distract the guards while the rest of you climb in through a window.
I'm down for
Excellent.
that if Scrappy's down to join me.
Scrappy's down for spreading propaganda against the gospel for sure.
Right, so I'll go in one direction and you go the other. That way we each have a guard in a different direction.
Okay.
All right. So you start hammering this propaganda into the wall. And what is it that you're doing, Mangy?
I'm going to run out to the front where they can see me, and I'm gonna start clapping. Start clapping as loud as I can and start just trying to get them to chase me.
Uh-huh. Nice. So
Just like
Simu-
Thick Mangy did. They caught him
simultane-
though, so that's a bit of a problem, but
simultaneously they see you clapping, and they see they see Scrappy nailing this thing onto the wall. And they're like, oh, okay, you deal with that one, you deal with that one. And one of them, they kind of split up, one of them coming after each of you. So you just run away, Mangy, when they start coming after you?
Yeah, run away. Still clapping my cheeks, trying to attract him.
Okay. And
I just keep nailing up another piece of propaganda after another piece of propaganda.
all right, so they're gonna come over to you. So let's talk about Mangy first. Mangy, they're chasing you through the streets. Just to see kind of how long you can keep them distracted. Why don't you roll me a hungry check?
Sure. And because I'm emulating my dear
Oh,
departed relative
absolutely.
Thickmane.
Yeah, roll 2d10.
So, question: I have a key to a fancy apartment. Would I know which apartment that goes to?
Oh,
It
sure.
belongs to the Philosopher. You stole it earlier.
Could I use that key to a fancy apartment to be able to know a place I can run into to hide while I'm running
Yeah,
away?
absolutely, absolutely. So why don't you roll 3d10s?
Okay, dokie. So a 2, a 4, and a 4, and my number is 3.
Number's 3, and since we're going for null, or no, we were going for hungry, so that's just one success. Um, so you're running away from this. You're running away from the guard, and you are dodging it through the streets. Um, the guard chases you to this building. You get out your key. You go inside. And the second you go inside, you there is like a family sitting in this house. They're all just like sitting down for supper, and as you kind of walk inside, the children start screaming, and suddenly the like knock comes at the door behind you. Uh, the guard kicks down the door and kind of grabs you in his hands and starts pulling you back to where the head of fisheries is.
I try and use my shovel to like bar the door, not bar the door, but like use it as like a bar to keep him from pulling me past the door frame.
Uh-huh. So you do this, and like all in all, you are wasting this guy's time. You are buying a lot of time. You're buying time for your friends. However, it seems that he's just a little stronger than you and can outpower you in this moment, and pushes you through and starts bringing you back. In the meantime, Scrappy, you're nailing on these signs, and the guard that comes over to you just starts ripping them down and is like, "Hey, you need to stop right now. In the name of House Gospa, you stop doing this."
He looks at him with squinted eyes and goes, "No?" And just keeps nailing another piece up. But he does it more hurriedly now.
Mm-hmm. So he's coming after you, and he's gonna try to like grab you and detain
Okay,
you.
okay, so hear me out. Just give me a couple minutes, and I will explain everything to you, and it'll make all perfect sense. Yes, 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 please, please, please.
All right, so you're gonna try to convince this guy that
Oh, first I'm going to try and convince him that he needs a snack before he
okay.
hears the conversation.
So why don't you roll me a null check, and
I'm going to have
you
to
can do
ask you to
two
roll
die.
for me again.
Oh yeah, no problem. And your null number is 6, right?
Yes, I'm still
So
standing on my front porch with a puppy on a 30-foot leash just running around having fun.
no problem. All right, you got one success. Um,
Awesome.
so you are able to distract this guard once again for a time. Um, but eventually, like he's not swayed to your opinion, but he does like hear you out. Right? He
Does
does
he eat
listen to
some
you enough.
mushrooms?
He does not eat some mushrooms. He's like willing to hear you out and not arrest you if you stop, but is not. And so you succeed in kind of distracting him. However, it doesn't seem like he is turning against House Gospa, nor is he high on mushrooms. Um, Now, while these two guards are distracted, the rest of you, what are you doing?
Breaking in, the like clambering up and breaking in through a upper
To a window?
story window.
Yeah,
Yep, we're
All
going to the
right.
window.
go through window.
So you clamber up, you break the window, no guards are around to hear as you sneak into the head of fisheries, and
Does it
you're
make a noise
inside.
if no guards are around here?
Great question. You're now inside the head of fisheries. You're looking around. You see various uh, books and items around you, various like ledgers where things are, kept track of, the different items that are brought into and out of the port. And after looking around for a short while, you do come across a large book that seems fairly new that says Seal of King Gospa, um, for all fishing vessels to and from fair. And as you look into it, you find that there are these there like within this book, and then you see like a little box next to it, you find a record of the ships that currently bear the seal. You see the paperwork needed to um, administer a new seal to someone. Uh, and you see the kind of official looking stamp that is like wax sealed onto a onto the document approving your ship. So all of the paperwork and all the items are like right here in front of you. Um, and again, the book is the ledger is pretty empty so far. As there are only, it seems that there are only a couple ships per house that have these seals.
Ah, okay. This is it. Let's take this with us so that we can find those other ships. But let's burn this place down to the ground.
Agreed.
I say we each get a corner of this building, and we light it ablaze, and then we all leave out from where we came. Thought?
I mean, we're gonna have to, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Let's do it.
Wait, hang on. Thinks about it for a second, looks around the circular room. Yeah, one in each corner.
Just spread out, okay? I'm thinking.
So you head around the room, and you begin taking your boxes of flint and lighting the place on fire. Um, I'm gonna say because we're all prepared. The risk here, I think, is you getting out unscathed, right? And like
Is there
escaping.
would there be a safe or any sort of like money that would be stored here?
Um, yeah, definitely. There you do as you look around. There is a big safe. It is locked. It seems like it has like uh, a kind of like spinning numerical lock on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll swap out the tongs for a hammer, and I'm gonna try and like break that fucking safe and take whatever's inside.
Okay, why don't you make me a hungry check
Okay.
with we're gonna say two d10 because you got
All
the
right.
help of your tools.
My number is 7. Okay, one success.
All right, so you break it open. Um, it takes you a little while, and you make quite the racket. Um, and you do break it open, and inside you find a fair amount of gold and riches. That you can kind of stuff into a bag or maybe in Soup
Soup's on.
Sun's.
Soup's on. Get over here.
So
What? Sorry, but Max was like fucking yelling.
Oh.
What did you say?
I just bust open the safe. We're gonna use your bag to take all the shit inside.
Oh, ooh, things. Yes, things.
So you use Soup Sun's magical bag and just
It's
take
chalk.
take the chalk magical chalk circle to take everything that was inside all of the treasure that was inside this thing. However, this loud noise and kind of slowing down of time, you are starting to get the building to catch on fire, but right as you do, the doors get kicked open, and you see a handful of town guards are standing right out front
How many?
and are breaking in the door. I'll say 4.
I fucking just go with my axe. I'm just fucking chopping heads off.
They charge in.
Just like in the war.
As the two of you charge forward, I need each of you to make me hungry rolls again. Roll me 3d10 this time. Because you got all the stuff going for you. What's your hungry number?
7.
Red Paw? 7, okay.
I got
So
a
you
crit and 3 successes, so well, oh
A
yeah.
crit and 1 success.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, absolutely. You guys just tear into these guards. They don't stand a chance. As you see, as you get out there now,
Hey, hang on. One of them like comes at Redpaw, and like as he's about to swing, Redpaw flashes back to the war with a selfish Mangy, and he finally remembers what selfish Mangy's last words were. Well, Redpaw, it's like I always used to say. Dig it while you can, cause the light just turned motherfucking green. Bye, bitch! And I kick him through a burning window.
amazing. So you in your PTSD flashbacks, and
I'm just like straight up just
Immediately,
chopping
like
people.
in the flashback, like selfish Mangy kicked me off the boat and like left me to die.
uh-huh. And Death Fang, as you
I'm just
you're
chopping
just
right into the
going
people's like skulls and just like blood's coming down their helmets.
going crazy on people. Soupson is grabbing any last trinkets she can.
Gnoll
As
shit is happening.
you guys then come busting out of the flaming building, leaving the guards behind you, and you see out front are there is one guard who is I'm sorry, going back to Scrappy and to Mangy, you both had kind of been brought back, and the guards were like, Scrappy, the one had been like just losing interest in your conspiracy theory, and Mangy, the other guard, had just been returning with you in tow as this happened, and they were two of the guards that ran in. So you are now both standing. As you exit, you see Mangy and Scrappy standing there as well. And mission is successful. You have the book with you. The building is burning behind you. And you have put a delay in the plans of the King of Gospa, the oppressive plans.
Scrappy would point at the burning building, go to the guard, go, "Hey, look!" And he wouldn't even know what to finish the sentence, hoping he just turns around so he can run away.
Yeah, so the guard who was with you was one of the guards who ran in and was beaten down by Red Paw and
I'm
Death Fang.
gonna, dude, I'm gonna just try to kill those guards. Like they're witnesses.
I think the guards actually were already killed by you guys when they.
Yeah, I
as
think
they
they're
ran
already
in.
dead. I think we
Yeah,
already-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. The two guards who were there originally were two of the guards who came busting in,
Got
and
it,
they
got
had
it,
some
okay.
backup who came.
Okay.
So there are no witnesses around currently.
Nice.
You guys make a break for it and get out of there before people start gathering. And you head back to the Gnoll community
Or
to
do
kind
we
of.
want to head straight to the ships to try and take those out in the same night, or do we want to go back to the community? What should we want to
Oh
do?
yeah, that's up to you.
I mean, we're here. Might as well.
I was kind of thinking just like we keep our escapade going. We just fuck these ships up.
All right. So so you guys now, like, all the guards are running over to the head of fisheries. The alarm is raised. You move over to the docks. which are down kind of more in this bay here, and you move down to the docks where all of the boats are moored, and you are able to kind of pick out the ones that are listed on this manifest. You see that there are many other boats here, and you can like find which ones are noted on here. So, what's your plan? How are you going to get rid of these? I'll mention that the guards who were at the docks have run over to where the fire is. So there are no guards around at the time being.
Right. Is there civilians, or they're probably all staring at the fire too?
Yeah, it seems like all attention. I mean, you might see not and it's like the middle of the night too. So it's not like there's a bunch of people out. It
Yeah.
seems like people who are coming out of
Sleeping.
their houses are like looking at the fire and gathering
Right.
around that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
so it
think we
seems like
should
no
just
eyes are on you right now.
look into the
Just
book
wait.
and like board the ships that we know are the people who have the
Fires,
seals.
more fires.
Wait, I think we should spare one. Redfall,
No.
Redfall, you want a new ship?
He like looks at
Steel
the
ship,
actual
yes.
ship. He's looking at the ship. What would I even do with all this?
Hold more fish! More fish!
I ain't fighting a war just to steal some other guy's ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually did, but that's not the point.
The town would know. They're not idiots. They would know whose ship is who. We have to burn them all down.
That's right.
Okay.
If there's anything the war's taught me, it's that you never leave survivors.
Right? You eat them. If you can.
Right.
All right. So you're going through and one by one, like lighting these boats on fire.
Yeah. Well, let's not do one by one. Let's do it all at the same time.
Okay, crew. Let's split up. Each take one ship.
Yeah, how many ships are there? Or how many
There's
ships
three you're
are
supposed
there?
to get.
We have to take out 3 of them. If they're in this book here. Who could read this?
I can.
I can.
Okay, take a look.
So you look through the book, and there's probably like 10 ships total
Oh.
that have already been given them. And they are all docked here. They're all like there are a couple families that have like 2 ships that already have a seal, but for most it's like a 1 per noble family.
I mean, maybe if we just work
Wait.
fast?
Wait. I got an idea. Soup's hand. You still got the.
We're gonna starve the island. I just realized this.
You still got all that money.
Oh yeah. What are we gonna use that for?
All right. Let's knock on some doors.
Oh. What, you think people are gonna help us with this?
Yeah.
I know a family. They might be scared of you now.
Hey, Talkinsons, you want to help us commit
Hi, I'm
arson?
back.
Like,
Don't
like
worry
the
about the
Tiefling family
guard, he's
looks at
dead now.
they look at us and there's like, okay, no, hablo infernal. Okay, here, money.
No,
All right. So what's your plan for this?
We're gonna like try to like see if we can pay people to help us burn these ships.
Yeah, you do know
War
that they're
drugs.
So are you just like knocking on random houses?
Like maybe knock on the houses of like fishermen in the area that we know
Yeah,
are
okay.
not down with this. Yeah.
Yeah, who
Like, wasn't this place pegged as like a kind of a more slummy area?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
What
by
do you
definition, yeah.
what do you
Down
who
with the alien overlords. Burn it all.
who is taking the lead on this, knocking on doors and trying to like rally the community to come help
The
you
person
burn.
with the with a number
Yeah,
lower
the
than 7.
lowest hunger. Who's got the
Please.
lowest hunger?
Well, you see, I've got this key
I
to
got-
a fancy apartment, and if it doesn't work on these other doors, I can just knock. So
I'm probably
I
I'm
bet I
probably
can.
the friendliest with people. I have a low number.
Well, mine's fairly low as well.
But let's why don't both of you make me we'll say you're kind of splitting up. We're going in 2 different groups trying to find people. So why don't each of you just make me a roll with 2d10.
Okay.
Okay, 2 successes for Big Mangy
That's one
and
for
1
me.
success for Soupson.
Mhm.
So Big Mangy, no problem. You do gather a big group.
I say like one of the first groups I find are the goblin like sister and brother that we helped earlier, and they start helping me gather people as well.
Yeah, and they're eager to help, and they're very sympathetic. So people see them and they want to come help.
Could Knight or Deathfang and I like start press ganging people into helping?
Yeah, so actually, you're both with Soupson, and Soupson is having some trouble getting people on
Even if
board.
they don't want to like come on board, I give them like leftover food and stuff. Oh, here you go. It's okay. No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
No worries, no worries. Go back to bed.
And-
Don't worry about it.
And one of those families who Soupson knocks on their door. Well, you are getting have gathered some folks. This one group is especially turned off by the idea and says, "I'm going to report this to the authorities. This is unacceptable."
Okay, I am press ganging the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah, I grab him by
Okay.
his collar and I lift him up in the air.
So why don't Red Paw, why don't you make me this hungry check with 3d10 because you got Death Fang there helping you.
Fuck. One. Oh no, wait, hang on. Violence, right?
Yeah, it needs to be under.
So it's lower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
2?
yeah, that's 2 successes and a crit.
Okay, great. So yeah, this person's like, okay, never mind, I'm good.
You're the fucking army now, son.
What's the word? Where's the torch? And they come along too. So you've gathered this big crew, and you bring them back to the fisheries. You have people spread out to all the different ships. And how do you envision this playing out?
I say we all throw torches. Like it's just like a barrage of torches. Everyone's throwing them onto the boats. Since there's so
Mhm.
many of us.
Beautiful.
I guess
So
We
this
say no
group,
taxation without
Okay.
representation or something.
On the count of 4.
Already said this was the Gnoll tea party.
Throw the tea into the sea.
so
On the count of 4. 1, 2, 4.
Ah!
everybody throws their torches. It is like this huge gathering of people all throwing their torches onto these specific boats. People are now kind of distracted from the fisheries and are coming over to look, but there are so many people gathered in your crew that once they throw the torches, you can all just kind of disappear into the crowd. The guards are like, by the time the guards get there, it's they don't know what's happening, but all of those boats that had the seal of the king are now up in flames.
I also throw the
Can't-
book
can't-
that we had gathered
Can't
that had a
Scrappy
list
should
under the
burn?
boat.
He has a single tear coming down his eye, and he goes, "This shall be forever known as the Fish Fire Festival."
And so it was. You so I assume now you would head back to the Knoll community, or is there anything else you wanted to do
Yeah.
this night?
Party.
All
We
right.
do pass the House of Perpetual Indulgence.
Ooh, and
Yeah.
and our friends.
You pass the House of Perpetual Indulgence. This is true. You pass the Targetsons.
Let's party with the Targetsons.
You invite the Targetsons out, and they always are down to party. This is one of the
Let's
reasons
go.
they're such good friends with the Knolls. You all gather back in the Knoll community. You have a raucous party that night to celebrate the founding of the Firefish Festival. and and the next day, uh, the fisheries run as normal, as they don't have anybody to guard them. Um, moving forward, it seems like as the king works to rebuild the infrastructure that you destroyed, the people never hear of the king's seal again, as it seems that this idea was quelled by your rebellion.
Whoa! We did it!
And the people celebrate the Firefish Festival from then on as a way to commemorate your rebellion.
Like our own
You did it.
4th of July.
Now we must check out that haunted house.
Nice. Next time on Hungry Gnolls.
That's the episode where we go full Scooby Doo.
We did it.
No, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, secretly, all of those Gospa who are running around chasing us around the house are really aliens.
There's no such thing as aliens.
I mean, my brother Paranoid Mangy, he told me all about the aliens. Never found his body.
Nice. Thank you guys for playing. I loved playing role playing with you all again. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
a
you
lot
for
of
running.
fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for
yeah.
running.
Thanks
Okay.
thanks for always being such fountains of ideas, because it makes it easy to run games with very minimal prep and
Was
like,
Courage
well, what do you guys
Mangy the
think's on this
cowardly
map?
dog?
What do we think is on this map? There's so much more on this map.
No, I know. I loved how much I was like, okay, we need to stop. We need to actually start playing, because you guys could have just talked about the map.
We could keep
could've-
going.
We could have gone forever on that.
Oh,
map.
for
We
sure.
could have.
I could
Like,
add a few more things.
I just want to do oh god, what was it called?
Quiet Year.
Yeah,
Quiet Year.
so I just want to do that one again. That was a lot
we
of
should
fun.
do that one again.
Yeah.
So
I've
fun.
backed a Kickstarter game that is a map drawing game like Quiet Year, except the theme is that you are mech pilots on the way to fighting a kaiju,
Oh,
and
I
you're
saw
drawing on the
this.
and you're drawing on the topographic map of the
Yeah.
environment on your way
It's
there.
Home, right? That's the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Home. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that looks-
I
it
read
looks really
about
cool.
that. It looked really cool.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yep. Eric, what's your summer looking like? Or actually, what's your spring break looking like? Do you have plans?
Spring break. What am I doing over? Yeah, I do have plans. I'm going to Europe for
shit.
Oh, okay.
for a few days.
damn.
Okay, very nice.
I
Very nice.
know, right?
All
So
right
I'm
then.
excited
All right
about
then.
that. But
Okay. Well,
and then
what about your summer?
over summer, I'm going to the West Coast for a little bit. Me and my
Yeah.
wife are going to the Northwest for like most of July, but besides that, for like all of August, I have nothing planned.
Okay. Okay. We'll have to get some games in, my dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would love to. I would love to. I
Yeah,
like I
fantastic.
said, I played Waterdeep, Shadow, or no, what is it called?
Lords of Waterdeep.
Lords of
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
And oh my god, the whole time I was just like, I want to be role playing in this city again. I want to be like everything they said about like any Waterdeep related lore that I knew. I was like, oh my god,
It's like,
I know what this is.
I've been there.
I know that shit.
I know the
Yeah,
Xanathar. I
well-
know his people.
Yeah, whenever we play, like, there's constant like, hey, we know that shit. Oh, is that what
Yeah.
that is?
And it was just fun, like looking at that map again, because like the board is like the
Yeah.
Waterdeep map, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh man,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
map.
I've missed
But,
this
yeah.
map. I know.
What's
yeah.
What's the tavern that has the dungeon in it?
The Yawning Portal.
The
That's
Yawning
it.
Portal, yeah.
Where Matt Mercer is a legitimate character.
Wait,
Oh,
really?
they made him canon?
Yeah, I can't. In like the actual picture they made as a joke for Tales of the
Oh.
Young Portal.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a joke map of the environment, and like Matt Mercer's is like Waldo in that thing.
Oh, that's funny. I yeah, and I also want to finish Prince of the Apocalypse. I'd love to like.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. I want to like.
Are we actually gonna have a conclusion?
Yeah, that's my hope.
yeah.
I want to like just. I want to like kind of talk about what scenes you want to do, leading up to the end and just kind of like get there.
Yeah.
I
like,
thought the end might be our Half-Life 3. Always
Yeah.
promised, never delivered.
no, I want it to happen.
I was theorizing we got like minimum, knowing us, maybe 3 to 5 sessions left.
Yeah, I think we could do it in 3 to 5. I agree. I think that's a good.
Everyone gets their own semi-session that's based on like a cutscene semi-devoted to them,
That's
but
not a bad
everyone
idea,
else
actually.
integers into it.
Yeah, I mean, we could. Yeah, I think what I'll do with that is I'll like reach out to each of you and just say like, what do you want to do before we get to this final fight? Like, is there anything left? Because I know like there are a couple you had some things you wanted to make sure you touched on before we get to like the final showdown. Um, and then we'll just do those things, and then we'll get to the final showdown, and then we can always play with those characters again. But
Yeah.
at least we'll like have
Assuming
this
they're all alive.
story. Yeah, that's true. Maybe we'll need to save some of them from the underworld or something. But
Hey, no. Here's another campaign idea. We do the one I'm about to do, the Chains of Asmodeus, but what we're doing is all of our characters are rescuing the previous characters who died.
yep, exactly.
That'd be fun.
Exactly.
I like the idea that like we all survive except Palouse, and then the next
What?
adventure is no. Hold on, let me finish. Our next adventure is us breaking into heaven to rescue Palouse. She's like, no, no, seriously, don't do this. No, we're saving. You're saving the shit out of you right now.
I like that too. That's funny.
Yeah, wherever Hinaku is, he'll probably go there when he dies.
The idea of having to rescue somebody from heaven just like makes me laugh. Like you never see that.
True.
That is pretty funny.
Stop helping.
No, I want to stay.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's the brainwashing talking.
I found Mercer.
Yeah.
There you go.
I found him too. Yeah, I looked it up as well.
Wait, what did you do?
What was that?
I found
He's
Matt
not the
Mercer.
only one.
It's
Like
on
a bunch of little Easter
off
eggs in
topic.
there. There's a bunch of other Easter eggs in there of other like characters from different.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah! Wow, look at that spread.
Yeah, he's 85. He's the last person.
Oh, it's in the Waterdeep
Oh,
Dragon
wow.
Heist book.
Yep, he's there.
It says
85.
Right? Is that what it says?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's
Oh,
right
cool.
there in the corner.
Just like Waldo.
Oh, 63 is
Waldo.
a Mert. Oh, dang. This is Mert,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like I said, if you really go through it, I think every single thing in here, especially the more knowledgeable you are, has some kind of reference to something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I skim through this, I'm gonna get just jump scared. Like, oh god, that's a canon NPC. I thought Josh made that character up.
I know.
At least,
Yeah.
that's gonna happen at least
Right?
once.
I agree.
You'd be surprised.
wouldn't
I'm
be
pretty sure
surprised.
most NPCs are canon.
An awful lot of like there. Yeah, yeah.
Remember when Eric fucking had Grooned, and I thought that was fucking fake. It was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it.
No,
I
he
think
just became something way more than he's supposed to be.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
I think the only note about Grund is that like he likes
Sells
pickles
pickles.
or something. I
Yeah.
think it said he like
Yeah,
sells
right?
pickles.
Yeah.
Like
But,
Grund is
that
a half
doesn't
orc
even
who
seem
sells
real.
pickles.